All right, are you getting ready to buy a home in the Houston area? Well, listen to this. Houston is being ranked the riskiest city in the U.S. for homeownership. This is according to a study on claimguide.org. And joining me right now to go over this study is research leader Colin Zarnicki. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, so can you tell me about some of the findings from this study? Like, what exactly makes Houston such a risky place to buy?
Sure. Homeownership can come with significant risk. Obviously, it's one of the biggest financial purchases you can make in your life, but there's also insurance-based risk factors that come in play when you are a homeowner. So we took a closer look at various types of insurance-based risk factors across 170 largest cities. And Houston tops the list at #1 for riskiest cities to own a home based on those factors.
Okay, so what were the categories? I mean, are we talking about because of the natural disasters we have, because of flooding? What is it?
Sure. Yeah. So it's a range of factors, environmental risk, public safety issues, things like property crime play a factor, as well as how old a home is, the median age of homes, the condition of homes. So we looked at all those across the board, and particularly the environmental risk. About 64% of properties are at risk of flooding within the next 3 decades in Houston. And on top of that, obviously, it's also an area that's prone to extreme heat. Just last summer in Texas was the second hottest on record, and for Houston it was the hottest on record. So you're contending with both flood risk and extreme heat within the area.
Oh yeah, you don't have to remind me how hot it was. I lived it. Yeah. So that's really that the weather stuff is really where we are performing the worst.
Yeah, weather
more so
really
than
propelled,
crime.
Like you said, about 40 plus days last summer were above triple digits in Houston. And outside of weather related factors, property crimes, a little over 4,500 property crimes per 100,000. That includes things like burglary, arson, vandalism, and then how old a home is as well. So the median age of homes in Houston is about 40 years old.
What about, so what do you recommend for the people who own homes here now? Because, a lot of people who are looking to buy in Houston are also currently in Houston looking to sell their homes as well.
Exactly. First and foremost, understand the area where your home is located within, understanding the flood zones, the flood maps, and also taking a closer look at your current insurance policy. A typical homeowner's insurance policy does not cover flooding. So that's something to keep in mind. If you are a current homeowner, it might be something that you want to get. According to FEMA, about 25% of flood insurance claims were not in high risk flood zones. So, keeping that in mind, whether it's where you currently live or where you're looking for a home, just understanding the history of severe weather related events in your area, and also how you can be prepared going forward.
Colin, do you know, I should have maybe clarified this at the beginning, but are we talking about Houston proper or the entire southeast area of Texas, which sometimes can just all be lumped together as Houston?
Yeah, so this is Houston proper, the city of Houston itself, and then we also looked at severe weather related events and disaster declarations within the county level. So there were about 47 disaster declarations since record keeping began, according to FEMA, within the area. So not only is that affecting the city of Houston, but the county wide level as well.
I see. So even moving a little bit farther away from the city, you still could be at risk just because they're dealing with the same weather disasters and things like that.
Exactly. Especially, coastal community about 50 miles, outside of the Gulf. Obviously, in the past, Hurricane Harvey, even the heat related factors as well. So, keeping in mind that it's multiple types of environmental risks that the area is prone to.
Yeah. Well, Colin Zarnicki, I really appreciate you joining me this morning. We had video showing the top 10 list, and it looks like everybody is probably dealing with the same things we are. Louisiana, Florida, California, they have similar weather patterns and disasters like that.
Exactly. Yeah, especially those coastal communities dealing with those types of threats that come with the area.
All right. Thank you again for joining me this morning. That was very good information.
Thank you. I appreciate it.